Hello everyone, welcome back. So as you can see now, we are sort of displaying a list of all of the to-dos for all of the users, and we actually just want to see the ones that belong to the user that's logged in, right? So I don't want to see other people to-dos, I just want to see my own to-dos. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing now. So if you remember from the recipe that we have to get our to-dos, we are able to pass in a query, and into the query you can actually send in what we looked at in the previous videos, which is the MongoDB query that you can build, right? So if you go into your services and if you go into your to-dos, then you can actually specify in here that you want to get by author._id, and in here you can specify the author that you want to get all of those to-dos from. So I'm going to grab this first author, and I should only be getting back all right, so I get back 2 to-dos from this user, and that's exactly what we want to do for this query. So it's a small fix, and it makes sense, right? You only want to see the to-dos that belong to you. So inside of this recipe, what we're going to do is we're going to send a query with the actual user ID that we want to filter by. So in order to do that, what we want to do is we want to go into API auth and into our Nox auth, and there's another property that we want to get from the JSON web token, which is the ID. So we want to map the ID to the ID that we get back from the response. And once we have done that, we want to map it to the session. So I'm going to add a new property inside of user, which is going to be user.id, and that's going to be equal to user.id that we get from this previous step. All right. So now into our API, inside of our get to-dos function, all we have to do is specify in here our new query, which is going to be author._id, and then we can do session.user.id, which is going to be the current ID of the logged in user. And let's hope we don't have to, I think we need to sign out because we need to grab the ID once we log in. So I'm going to log in with the user. All right. And now, as you can see, I only get 3 to-dos which belong to me. And if I sign out and I sign in with a new user, so I would see 2 to-dos, which are the ones that belong to this user. So that actually makes a lot more sense. If you're building an application, you only want to show what belongs to the user. And you can do that by what we have seen in previous videos. So, just building the actual query that you want to send into your recipe. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.